you asked me to speak on this topic, so don't you think that was a good idea? Okay, so from the newspaper business to working in my Uncle Gene's shoe repair when I was in junior high. Now that was a filthy place, and I wore this old apron full of glue and shoe dust. My hands were completely grungy, my face had grunge on it, my hair was stinky. And all of a sudden I kind of realized after a few weeks that on Saturday morning, the boys in my class walked in with their dads for picking up their shoes. And I didn't want to look like that anymore. Uncle Gene, you know, this place up here by the cash register is kind of messy, and I want to know if I can stop with the cleaning up so much and clean this part up, and if I could work the cash register for you every Saturday, and you could just keep right on repairing shoes and make a lot more money. Done. Done. Same pattern. Now, this one required a little bigger ask. Okay? So I'm at Channel 9 for an interview. And I mean to tell you, it's 8 boys, 8 guys sitting around a table. They have grilled me. Are you sure you've never been a big time reporter before? You've only been in little Portland, Maine, or you were a talk show host in Boston. Well, that's nothing, right? This is a big city. What are you gonna do when you see your first murder, things like that? So I was so excited to even get the interview. And then I see this guy walk in with very shiny shoes. He had initials on his cuffs, and he had a coiffed hair. You know, it's all fine line haircut. So that's the big boss. I wasn't stupid. I knew that wasn't a regular guy working in a newsroom. That's the big boss. Well, Miss Fox, my guys tell me they want you to be our next reporter. I stood up and shook that hand, and I said, I'm ready. So what do you think happened when I went back to Portland, Maine? Nothing. What do you think happened when I called Bulldog, the newsroom secretary, and asked to speak to the guy? What do you think happened? I wrote one of those handwritten notes with a fine fountain pen and fine stationery. What do you think?
Nothing.
So I'm walking down the street in Portland, Maine, and I look up on a building and I see a sign that says, "Will shipped anywhere within 24 hours." So I go in. Come on, open them now. I go in, and I buy 2 of these bad boys. Kristen, you're going to eat very well tonight. These girls love lobster, all right? So I put 2 of these in a box with this note. I would hate to leave these bad boys behind, but for you I would. I want your job. And, by the way, there are plenty more where these come from. She never likes to go back in here. They're more expensive at your Giant than they are in Portland. So what do you think happened the next day? 3 o'clock, got the phone call. What do you think happened the next day? 3 o'clock.
You got the job.
The contract delivered to my door overnight. Now, it took a long time for all the details to work out, but at least it was done. And I was thrilled beyond words. And it just kept happening over and over again. When your hair is this color, you don't have time for all my stories about what I do. But here's the deal. I could trust that process. I want you to think of all the places where you overcame something and broke through or even a crack. Trust it. When the next one is above you, you've already done it, so just do it again. And here's a little piece of what you do in between, and I feel like I'm living in reinvention mode. That's what I call it, reinvention mode. First of all, you have to have your eyes and ears open. Look at that glass ceiling, not as a deterrent, but what's around me there that I can fix, what can I do? Ask. You have to ask. This is not the time to take a sledgehammer and say, well, we don't have any girls in here. We need more women in here, or I have 3 kids in college, or y'all are not doing this right. Not that kind of ask, but the one that adds value. Now, shining up shoes or selling newspapers, that's adding a little value. Yours is going to be much bigger. I don't know what it is, but over time you could work that out. What can you add to what you're trying to do in the next job you're looking for? and add that value when you ask. Then you wait for the hum. Mr. Simpson, okay, Janet. Every place else I've ever been. Oh, we have to talk to the HR department. Anybody in HR in here? Then we have to talk to the board. We have to find out from the board what the board, we need a budget. Those hums kill you. It killed me. I could not stand the tension. But just wait for the hum, and it's not a whining time, it's a prep time for you to be ready for when that call comes, and then you jump. Don't give them a hum back. You just jump as fast as you can, work out the details later. And then when you get there on the first day on the job, don't tell them how they've done it all wrong. You walk in boldly and just tell what you can offer. And then turn into a very bold speaker. It's in the book. It's in the book. Look at all the little tips. Try one of them tomorrow. And then listen to the voice in your ear. You all have a voice in your ear? Somebody told you you can be whatever you want to be? And then, this is the hardest part sometimes when you're facing everything that you